Good evening, everyone. We will begin our ceremony tonight with a performance by Ms. Sade Morales with the National Anthem. I would invite all of you to remain standing. You can adjust this any way you want.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly gleaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Sade. You may all be seated. No. Very good. Very good. Good evening. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Michelle Mariana, and I'm the principal at the Connecticut IB Academy. It is my pleasure to welcome you to CIBA's 21st annual commencement ceremony. I'd first like to extend my gratitude to many groups of people who made this evening possible. First, our reason for celebration. Welcome to the CIBA seniors who we have come to support and honor this evening. Tonight, our graduates are led by Miss Ashley Snyder, CIBA's Teacher of the Year. Please join me in a round of applause to recognize Miss Snyder's hard work and dedication to the CIBA community. I would also like to acknowledge our guests who have joined me on stage. The Honorable Mr. Nathan Quinnell, Superintendent of East Hartford Public Schools, and Mr. Tyrone Harris, Chairman of the East Hartford Board of Education. In the crowd this evening, we have additional representatives from the East Hartford Board of Education, Ms. Vanessa Jenkins, Central Office, and members of the East Hartford administrative team. On behalf of CIBA, we would like to thank you for your continuous support and advocacy of our building. We also have guests in our audience that were and continue to be part of the CIBA family. Thank you to the Abalon family for coming this evening, as it speaks volumes about your commitment to CIBA and its students. I would also like to take this time to recognize the entire CIBA faculty, who's here tonight as well. Our teachers and support staff consistently push students to challenge themselves every day, to question the world around them, and to not give up in the face of adversity. The class of 2023 has you to thank for your relentless support and commitment to their education. And last but not least, I would like to welcome and thank CIBA families for your partnership this year. You supported us from home, attended endless school events, waited for your child in the parking lot when they said, "There'll be 5 more minutes," and encouraged them when they needed a gentle push throughout their 4 years of high school. You stayed strong to your commitment of instilling love, of learning and the importance of education in your CIBA student. We as educators cannot do this alone. It is only with your partnership that these seniors are ready to graduate and move towards successful years in both college and career. Next, I would like to address the graduates directly. I'll try to do like this a little bit. It has been my pleasure and privilege to be your principal over the past year and a half. I have enjoyed growing and learning with you as a new principal. Your smiles, laughter, and conversation have always brightened my day. At CIBA, we talk about choice, choosing CIBA, and although this starts with the filling out of an online application that your student may or may not have known about, there is a lot more choice that follows during the 4 years at CIBA. Graduates have chosen to ask questions when they are curious, to seek understanding on complex topics. They choose every day to think critically, to take responsibility for their actions and organize their thoughts to solve problems. They choose to collaborate with others, but take a step back and listen when needed. They choose to act with fairness and integrity, to appreciate culture and show empathy, to take care of themselves and leave room to help others when possible. And our graduates have chosen to reflect on their choices, ideas, and experiences at CIBA. Graduates, you will continue to make choices when you leave the 4 hallways of CIBA. We know that you have what it takes to make a difference in today's world. Please know that we are very proud of what you have accomplished and all that you will achieve. Thank you. Thank you. The next part is a message for our audience. The commencement is a time when we recognize the achievements of our graduates as they set off into the world, each pursuing their own path, whether it is at a university, college, or the military. If you reflect upon the past 4 years, you will undoubtedly think about the hard work, countless hours, and effort that led your CIBA graduate to this evening's celebration. For that reason, our school counselors will be pausing after each graduate's name is called and waiting for silence before the next graduate so that the family and friends can hear their name. In addition, I would ask that the audience give each of our speakers their undivided attention. At this time, please silence your cell phones and electronic devices if you haven't done so already. Before we continue with our activities, I would ask that you refer to your program for a moment. Listed are the order of events and the names of the graduates of the class of 2023. Students with distinctions have been marked in your program for Triumph Music Honor Society, National Honor Society, National Spanish Honor Society, and National Chinese Honor Society. A special thank you to Ms. Bordua for putting this program together for us tonight, and also filling all of the cases and senior gift bags. We have Mrs. Buck here tonight taking photographs of all the graduates after they receive their diplomas, as well as Mr. Bacon streaming the ceremony on Facebook Live. Thank you to Ms. Buck and Mr. Bacon for donating their time to capture the special memories. Without further delay, I would like to welcome Mr. Tyron Harris, the Board of Education Chairman, to the stage to address the graduates.
Thank you. I am Tyron Harris, proud chairman of the East Hartford School Board, and it is my honor to be here tonight to bring greetings and congratulations from the school board. Your time at CIBA has been a journey of experiences, challenges, and accomplishments. As you progress, I encourage you to dream big and embrace tomorrow. Dreaming big means setting ambitious goals for yourself and working tirelessly to achieve them. It means believing in yourself and your abilities, and even when others doubt you. Tomorrow Tomorrow is a new day, a fresh start, an opportunity to make a difference in the lives and those around us. Tomorrow is a chance to start over and try again, and to make things right. It's a chance to learn from our mistakes and to grow stronger and wiser. It's a chance to take risks and step out of our comfort zones. The world is full of opportunities, and it's up to you to seize them. So don't be afraid to take risks and try new things. Don't let fear or self-doubt hold you back. And remember that failure is not the opposite of success, but is part of the journey towards success. So learn from your mistakes and keep moving forward. But we must also remember that tomorrow is not just about us. It's about the people we love, our communities, and the world. We are responsible for using our education and our talents to improve the world. So CIBA class of 2023, go forth with courage, determination, and purpose. Let us make tomorrow a day to remember, a day we can look back on with CIBA pride and satisfaction. I am honored to say that my fellow board members, Patrick Biggins, Dr. Annabelle Diaz-Santiago, Vanessa Jenkins, Matt Loft, Marilyn Pett, Doris Roberts, Valerie Shear, Stephanie Watkins, and I are proud of the CIBA class of 2023, and we can't wait to see what tomorrow holds for you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. At this time, it's my great pleasure to introduce my friend, my colleague, Mr. Nathan Quinnell, East Hartford Superintendent.
Good evening, everyone. We're not at church, we're at a graduation. Good evening, everyone. That's a little better. I'm Nate Quinnell, I'm the superintendent here in East Hartford, and it's an honor to be here tonight to celebrate the 21st commencement ceremony for CIBA. 21 years ago, I sat in a parking lot at 869 Forbes Street, which is our front entrance here, and I looked at a school, and there was this wonderful building being built. And I sat there and I said, "Oh wow, I was headed into my first interview for my first job." And I sat there and I said, "This is amazing. I'm going to work in a brand new school." I went into the interview and found out I wasn't interviewing at CIBA. I was interviewing East Hartford High School. But that was the genesis of CIBA. And so proud to see, obviously, the Avalon family here today and to think about the legacy of what that means at this point in time. So first off, I want to start. I have two things I want to talk about tonight, if you're counting. And the first one is the easiest one for me. And that's to express gratitude and appreciation for us being here tonight. And gratitude and appreciation is easy on nights like tonight because nights like tonight are about success. Nights like tonight are about seeing these incredibly good-looking, talented, gifted, high-potential students walk across the stage and hit that historic plateau in their lives of what will come next. That's an easy thing to be grateful for. But gratitude always has causes and reasons, and I want to start first of all with our faculty here at CIBA. I want to talk with our principal, Marion, who's behind me, and just gratitude for what you guys do. Gratitude for the sacrifices you've made year after year after year. Gratitude for your belief in our students. Gratitude for your commitment in helping kids find their potential and working our students through those interesting moments of being a freshman, interesting moments of being a sophomore as well, and those wonderful moments as success starts to bloom and flower. Thank you, CIBA staff, for all you do. Let's give them a round of applause. They've earned it. I also want to extend our gratitude to our families, our moms, dads, aunts, uncles, children, brothers and sisters, et cetera, that are here tonight. And I want to thank you for your support of our graduates. Thank you for your enduring the good moments and sometimes the not as good moments. Thank you for always pushing them to come back. Thank you for bringing them here. And thank you for doing those acts of love, those acts of discipline, and those acts that have allowed your kids to thrive. We have really appreciated, CIBA is a school of choice, and we have appreciated your choice in us, and we've appreciated that confidence that you've extended to us. And we think we did a pretty good job together, I think. Let's give you guys a round of applause for where we are. So that was part one, complete. Check it off the list. We're cooking with gas here. My next part, the second part of what I want to talk about, I want to talk to our students. And it is a little difficult because, let me turn a little bit so I can talk to you. And, for me, I always think about sitting here with you, 16, 17, 18 years old. This is an awesome night for you. You've worked for tonight. You've earned tonight. And here we are as adults pouring one last touch of knowledge to you. And, man, I hope you get some of it. And if it's not the knowledge certainly I share, I hope it's what we heard from Chairman Harris. I hope it's what you heard from our Principal Marion or your parents tonight who might pass on, including be home by 11 o'clock, right? That's important now. Yeah, there's a round of applause on that, too. I'm with you on that. That's knowledge. I'm seeing some no's. I understand. We'll work through that later. But today, I want to talk about 3 words that have struck me and I have been thinking about a lot as we think about you. I have a high school senior at home as well. She's not as fond of my advice as you guys might be. That's a different story, different day. But these words for me have meaning of who I want to be, who I want my children to be, and who I want you to be, and who you are. And you might have heard these words before. They're very common words in our world. These 3 words are faith, hope, and love. And I want to talk about what those 3 words mean, what they might mean to you. And I hope these 3 words, any of them, can be anchoring words for you as you head off to college, as you head off to the military, as you head into the workforce. Let's start with faith. Faith is that element that's inside of you that allows you to believe in yourself, even when times are tough. Faith is that element that you know you have the skills, the prerequisites, the academic discipline, the toughness to get to that next step. And we don't need to plan 15 years down the step. We just need to get through this next moment. This is that element of faith. This is that element that carries people through good times and through bad times. And CIBA students, graduates, have faith in yourselves. You deserve to have faith in yourselves. Believe in yourselves. Believe that what's in front of you, others have experienced, and believe that with your next step, you too will find success. Faith is a value that'll drive and carry you for the rest of your life. The second word I want to talk about is hope. And a lot of times when I think about faith and hope, these are very similar concepts. But when I think about hope as a belief in the world around us. Today in our world, we hear a lot about what the world is, right? And very rarely do we hear that in complimentary terms. You might have heard people say, the world out there is crazy today, and wow, things are so different, and many things like that, right? Is that kind of the narrative you hear? And I worry that that's the message we project around our world. And instead of living in a hopeless world, we can live in a hopeful world when we recognize what can happen at a place like CIBA, when students come from all over the state of Connecticut, come together and make friends, and value each other and support each other. That's a very hopeful world. A hopeful world lets you see the good around you. A hopeful world lets you see the love a mother has for a child and relish and understand that means something still. A hopeful world teaches us the values of respect and understanding that people's property, people's values, people's lives are things we should be inclusive of and supportive of. Hope lets us become people that others will come to as beacons of hope. Be hopeful people. Reject the concept of negativity, and hope will carry you to be a person who will lead and help our world continue to grow. And the last one I want to talk about is the word love. And I think the word love is maybe the most powerful word in our vocabulary, right? Some of you have, maybe not, and we shouldn't talk with the parents here, but maybe you've had your first love, right? You know what that means. You fell in love. Maybe, hopefully not. Hopefully that's way down the road. We'll worry about that later. Yes, I'm dealing with that at home as well. But love is a word, love is an emotion, love is a passion, and all of us should love. All of us should love what we're doing. All of us should love the people around us. All of us should find those things in life that inspire us to give more, to sacrifice more, to invest more. And CIBA students, love deeply. Love yourself, love the people around you, love what you're doing, and love where you're going. So these 3 values of faith, hope, and love, I hope you find all 3 of those in your life. I'm so appreciative of each of you kids. I'm appreciative of what you've done at CIBA for 4 years. You've made our community incredibly proud. And I wish you all the best. I wish you success as you move on. And if there's anything East Hartford can ever do, we'll always be here. God bless each one of you. Godspeed, and enjoy tonight.
boy. It's okay. I'm still going to hit a growing spurt. I know it. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Quinnell. At this time, there's going to be recognition of the Parent Advisory Committee. I would like to thank the parents and guardians that have been involved in the CIBA Parent Advisory Council throughout the past 4 years. Thank you for taking the time to be involved in your students' education and for giving valuable feedback to us. The PAC's mission is to support CIBA community and to promote a positive academic and social environment for all students. PAC support is invaluable to CIBA, and we would like to recognize 2 individuals tonight who are proud parents of CIBA graduates. The first is Judy Boucher. Judy was an integral part at the beginning of the year in the Raise Right program for online gift cards and the Benevity program here at CIBA, and worked with us to improve fundraising efforts. The second is Miss Diana Wenzel. Diana served as a PAC secretary for 2 years and created a rubric for our PAC scholarship. We will be forever grateful to both of your efforts in supporting our school community, and we hope that you come back to visit. If you could please come to the stage, we have just a little something for you both. Thank you again. Round of applause one more time. Thank you to the PAC. We have another award to give at this time. Each year we select an individual who has supported the Connecticut IB Academy, who's gone above and beyond to make CIBA what it is today. The staff and I agree that Ms. Kathleen Simino has had a large impact on the school community over the last 10 years as the former CIBA principal. Congratulations to Ms. Kathleen Simino, and if you could please come up. We have a plaque for Ms. Simino. Okay. The next part of our ceremony is a little different than most ceremonies, so we'll ask you to bear with us. We will explain. It can be argued that there has never been a single accomplishment that can be credited to just one individual person. Rather, accomplishments are due to a system of support that surrounds a given individual during trials and mistakes along the way. Each scholar sitting before you has had a journey of ups and downs, successes and failures. It is because of the members of this audience gathered here tonight that they have completed 4 challenging and rigorous years in 2 IB programs. For this reason, each graduate will be provided with a silk rose during the ceremony today to recognize one special person along their journey by presenting them with this rose in recognition of and thanks for the support, love, and encouragement that they have received along the way. And now I would like the graduates to go down either side. You will receive your roses from one of the school counselors. You'll go down the stairs and give out your rose and come back up.
I thought you guys were going that way, but okay. Split it. Sure. We'll make it work. Perfect. you go, bud.
That's my grandma.
Right now you're deciding?
Right now. Like
On the fly?
at this minute.
Yeah. But cute. You can come this way if it's easier. Okay, just didn't want, just, okay, okay. If it's easier, you guys can come through here. If it's, okay, no?
What if I did David's music?
He would say, thank you. That was pretty good. Okay, or you're next, okay? And I'll flip the page for you, okay? Is this the last person? Yeah. Okay. Now, we didn't practice sitting, but I'm gonna okay, this one, this one. Okay, thank you. And now I would like to introduce Orteva as our student speaker.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Orteva, and I'm honored to be able to address the graduating class of 2023 on this special day. But before I begin, we owe so much gratitude to the people in this room that helped get us to this point in our lives. On behalf of the class of 2023, I would first like to thank each parent, guardian, sibling, grandparent, and friend that has offered unwavering support over the past 18 years, helping shape each of us into the young adults we are today. Whether it was sacrificing time to drive us to clubs, cheering us on from the sidelines of games, or just being there to listen, your love has never gone unnoticed. And I think I can speak for every graduate here today when I say we are incredibly grateful for the opportunities you have given us to be the best students and people we can be. And to all the teachers here today, you deserve our utmost gratitude for always believing in us, even when we didn't believe in ourselves. While we didn't make it easy for you, acting like every assignment and assessment was the most severe form of punishment, the education you helped give us by pushing us in engaging academic settings is something we can never take for granted. But now, I'd like to turn my attention to the class of 2023 and offer my most sincere congratulations for reaching this tremendous milestone. We made it. Here we are today at this intersection of excitement, pride, sadness, joy, and anticipation, representing the culmination of our commitment over the past 4 years. And while I still don't know if I've processed that after today we will no longer be high school students, I would like to take everybody back in time to the moment I first realized that this journey was coming to an end. It was C-period math a few months ago, and Sam announced that according to his calculations, we were 86.57% done with our high school careers. And as we all laughed together, someone said what we were all thinking. That kind of went by quickly. And it was true. Even though there were classes that dragged on for eternity and weeks where Tuesdays felt like Fridays, I couldn't help feeling surprised at just how quickly the 4 years had gone by. And when I sat down to write this speech, I thought back to that moment and realized that the idea of surprises, in a way, captures our time here at CIBA. Of course, freshman year was always going to be full of surprises, as we adjusted to a new school with new people, new versions of ourselves, and new expectations. I remember my first real surprise was that it only took a week for a class of 55 students to become 45, as people decided that the name games in the first week of school just weren't for them. And every day after, something unexpected and memorable would happen. From the turtle in the locker to the adventures of East Hampton Bus 2702, there were almost too many surprises. But over time, the frantic excitement of freshman year started to fade, and the surprises I felt were more personal. The frustration of the first M-Logs caught me off guard, and I think we all realized pretty quickly that the classes here were designed to push us in ways we'd never experienced before. And it surprised me how comfortable I felt with a group of the same 15 freshmen in the same 7 classes, all doing the same demanding work with me every day. But just as our class was starting to form the foundations of these relationships, March 13th, 2020 delivered a special surprise. Looking back now, it's still surreal how procrastinating our water pollution websites and Mr. Barrington's freshman science, as we joked about a 2-week vacation in mid-March, was replaced by months of loneliness and uncertainty. For about a week, it was nice to be able to make a grilled cheese in the middle of math class, or use the infamous Wi-Fi issue excuse to leave class early. But there was always something missing, and I surprised myself with just how much I actually liked being in school, surrounded by my friends and classmates. But without really having any other option, we persevered through months of awkward breakout rooms, watched as A and B days separated friend groups, and spent hours staring at a grid of rectangles as more time was spent muting and unmuting than actually learning. I think the perfect way to capture sophomore year is with the story of the Google profile icons. With literally nothing else to do in online school, we would change our profile pictures every 5 minutes. It got to the point where people would have entire arguments with each other solely by using the pictures on their profiles, which led the IT department to disable the feature entirely, which is still in effect to this day. But as I look back now, it makes sense. People were desperate to connect with each other, and while the ways we went about it were what you'd expect from high school underclassmen, it was clear that Zoom or Google Meets could never replace the productive and engaging chaos of the classroom. And I think to some degree, everybody missed being in school. If we were going to have to do the work, we might as well do it together, in between banter, laughter, and smiles. And when we all returned in person for junior year and saw people we hadn't seen in months, I was surprised at how much relief normality can bring. Whether it was the lost time during COVID or the intensity of the work in classes, something started to bring us together, which only made the surprises continue. There were the fun surprises as I left junior year Pomoja every day, stunned at how we studied more for driving tests than business and psychology. Or there was the consistent shock at how many times the words shui ping could be said by Ethan in a single Chinese class. And because of memories like these, I can say the words military vehicle, anti-hero, gasoline water bottle, Dunkin' refresher, or Panera mac and cheese, and my classmates and even some teachers will smile and know exactly what I mean. But there were also the frustrating surprises there were no shortage of over the last 2 years. It surprised me every day how going home at 3 was just a symbolic shift between school day part 1 and school day part 2, as the stress and workload seemed to seep into every facet of life. A normal high school experience does not include 24 hours of rigorous testing 2 weeks before graduation. But we are also not normal students. As a class, sitting here today, we proved that we were able to succeed in environments that challenge us, push us to our limits, and sometimes cause failure. But I think what makes CIBA students unique is that we have the ability to find the fulfilling surprise in every trying moment. They don't exactly tell you in the fine print when you walk into the rotunda in freshman year how frustrating the IB curriculum can be. But you also can't really capture the feeling of satisfaction and pride when you finally hand in the EE or put your pen down on the last exam, knowing how hard you worked to get there. Now, I'm sure you've all heard the phrase, the journey is more important than the destination. And while it couldn't be more true for a place like CIBA, I don't think people realize truly how difficult it is to not get caught up in the destination. Yes, we earned the opportunity to bask in the relief of graduating high school. And yes, it might be easy to walk out of this room today pretending that you regret the sacrifices from the past 4 years. But I urge each one of you to consider how influential this journey has been. When someone congratulates you this week on graduating, let yourself remember that Tuesday morning last year when you walked out of math class disheartened by a quick check, only to be met with 10 other students who failed right alongside you, helping remind you that you were never alone. Or when you put away your CIBA-approved sweater for good, think back to the hours you spent in IB jail, questioning whether you would ever make it out alive. And then fast forward to today, where you can say that you made it. Whether you realize it now or next year in college, I think we will all be tremendously grateful for the foundation of social and academic skills cultivated through our time at CIBA. That being said, we are at a unique point in our lives where, just like 4 years ago, we get to walk onto campus in the fall, the student and person we want to be. So as you look back at yourself through the years, start to treasure the parts that helped you thrive on this journey, but also surprise yourself at how much you can improve on the moments or decisions that just didn't work. But even as we reflect on the all-important journey, for now, we can let the joy of the destination take center stage. In a few hours, we will join a select group of individuals in this world that have graduated from an international baccalaureate high school. And we have the stories, the struggles, and the lessons to hold forever. When you inevitably meet another IB student in college, you have an instant conversation starter. But you also have a shared respect that very few people that have never met before will have, because you know exactly how dedicated that person is, just from hearing the letters IB. You can see it here with the CIBA class of 2023. We are all united in this achievement in ways other high school graduates are not. And while you might be surprised to hear me say it, I do believe there's more truth in the word CIBA family than we might think. I'm not going to stand up here and say it was all sunshine and rainbows. We all made mistakes with each other, and we all have choices we regret. But there are also weeks when I talk to the people sitting beside me today more than the people in my own home. The 32 of us have been frustrated together, been tired together, been supportive and proud together. And each one of us has helped someone else and been helped 1,000 times. I sometimes think about how the students I've seen for 7 hours a day, 5 days a week for the last 4 years, that have become some of the closest friends I'll ever have, are only in my life because my parents Googled magnet schools in Connecticut back in 2018. But 32 of us ended up here, and everything each one of us has accomplished in high school stems from that decision to choose CIBA, and to keep choosing CIBA every single day. Trust me, you wouldn't have made it this far if you didn't know deep down somewhere that each surprise CIBA has presented has helped make you a student and young adult ready to face the world. That being said, I know parts of each of us are ready for these speeches to be over so we can finally embrace the new journey ahead. But if there's one lesson you take from these 4 years, it is that you should put yourselves in situations where you can be surprised. Surprise yourself with how far you're willing to go to finish what you started, and everything you can accomplish along the way. Let the painful surprises motivate you, and let the incredible ones inspire and uplift you. And with this being my first and last chance to address the 32 of you who've walked down the same 4 CIBA hallways with me for 4 years, I would like to say thank you for all the surprises. It has been a pleasure spending my high school years with each one of you. Congratulations on this monumental milestone, and I wish you all the best in everything the future holds. Thank you.
Thank you, Orr. Members of East Hartford Board of Education, I am pleased to present the class of 2023 to you and to certify that the graduates have completed all requirements for high school graduation as set forth by the State of Connecticut Department of Education and the East Hartford Board of Education. At this time, I would ask the first row of graduates to please stand. And Mr. Rowe is going to be doing the first set of names. Thank you.
Looks like this is the list.
Or Teva. Shade Ayana Morales. Faiza Nadim. John Allen. Wileshka Badillo Gonzalez. Anahan Baptiste. Taylor Boucher. Kayshawn Crumpton. Leilani Cruz. Chelsea Darko. McKaylee Davis. Amira Gulgar. Jamie Harmon. Fatima Khan. Matthew Lamb. Emma Lindsay. Rayleigh M. Lowe.
Michaela Oren. Ethan Osei Bodu. Ezekiel Mensa. Taisho Peoples. Tatiana Pollock. Madison Preddy. Shantae Robinson. Mia Sepulveda. Daniel Shamansky. Eliana Shore. Destiny Vale. Oh, I missed you. How'd that happen? Jesselyn Tirado. Chanel Verostegui. Samuel Wenzel. Ahmad Zaki.
All graduates, please stand. I present to you the class of 2023. Tatiana Pollock, the president of the Student Advisory Board, will lead the class in the turning of the tassels. Go. Graduates. It's okay. And now I'll ask Faiza Nadeem. She will present a diploma to the honorary member of the class of 2023 on behalf of the graduating class.
Hello and good evening. So I will be presenting the honorary member of class of 2023. This teacher that we have had has been through us through thick and thin, teaching us throughout our time at CIBA, whether it be in our class or in study hall. She has done a lot for us. And I'm proud to announce that this year's honor member of class of 2023 is Miss Mace.
You did perfect. I have no idea. Yes? So you're going to give her the shirt. And you can announce it if you want, and the diploma. Thank you, Faiza. Each year's scholarship in the name of the co-founder and first principal of CIBA, Mr. Michael Abalon, is presented to a graduating senior. To present this scholarship tonight, I would like to introduce members of the Abalon family to take the stage, and they will tell us a little bit more about that scholarship. Miss Ellen Niemeyer. Everything is here, and it's what the, okay.
And the award, where's the?
It is right here. Okay.
Let's switch sides here. Let's you move it. There you go. Thank you. My name is Joe DeLoise. Michael Abalon was my brother-in-law. This is Ella Niemeyer. She won the award last year, the Michael Abalon Scholarship Award. It's always a pleasure for me, to come down here and represent the Abalon family. For those of you, well, none of you would have known Michael. He founded the school before you were born. Unless, maybe you know him, I don't know. Anyway, Michael would be very proud to be standing here on stage and seeing all of you. This is what he dreamt about. This is what he wanted. Michael was an outstanding student himself. He went to Harvard, went to Stanford, and the only thing he ever wanted to do was teach young people. From the time he was a child, that's all he wanted to do. He succeeded, and he wanted to bring more than just the regular teaching methods to his students. And so he founded the school. And you, and all the classes before you, and all the classes that have come after you, represent what Michael really was all about. And I congratulate you. I always say you're the best looking group we've dealt with each year. And I think this year I'm not telling a lie. I think you are. And so, congratulations. And I will tell you what this scholarship is about. The scholarship's awarded annually at this ceremony to a deserving member of the senior class according to the following criteria. A student needs not only be bright, but deeply committed to learning and inquiry. The student ought to have an edge, one who challenges teachers from an intellectual perspective and who keeps them on their toes. And most importantly, the student should exemplify the CIBA mission statement as a responsible, thoughtful, and informed citizen with a compassionate and tolerant soul capable of becoming a global leader. We have, Ella will read the name of the person who will receive the award.
Congratulations, Jamie Harmon.
Jamie, congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was one of those surprises you were talking about, or excellent. Thank you so much. As our graduation ceremony comes to an end, everyone, I'd like to invite all guests to meet at the CIBA, to meet their graduate at the CIBA Rotunda for a small reception. At this time, I would like to proudly present to you the class of 2023. Let's do that one more time, okay? I would like to proudly present to you the class of 2023.
Okay.
So we talked all night.